We need to take this vector and pull it into Photoshop to make the setup for the mock-up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my gray shirt and open it up in Photoshop. Drag it down into there. Give it a second to open. There we go. The first thing I need to do is to determine what color the t-shirt needs to be. In my layers, I've got my t-shirt on a background layer by itself. I'm going to use a gradient mask or a gradient overlay as a gradient map, that's it, as an overlay to change the color of it. When I click on it, it'll add my little gradient to here. And remember, this is what it's doing. It's looking at all the pixels on here, and everywhere that it's a dark pixel, black pixel, the darkest part, it's turning it one color, gradiating into the lightest pixels. In this case, it's going from that orange or gold color to a white color. If I open it up, here's the edit that we want to make to it. Right now, this doesn't look very natural. If you've got a gold t-shirt, the gold color is still going to have dark gold and light gold. It's not going to have the shadows looking like a solid gold. So I actually need to add in the shadows to my gradient that I have here. The easiest thing to do, we'll let this be our midtone for now, and we're going to add a black stop to our gradient color. Double click, make this black, and now it looks more like a natural t-shirt. Pretty cool. I could go lighter, I could go darker with it. It doesn't have to be 100% black. Actually, some of the shadows tend to be much, much lighter. Let's pull it up to here. Something more natural like that. From here, I can actually adjust how light or dark I want my color to be. So if I need it lighter, I can pull it this way. If I need it darker, I can pull it over to this way. The reason why we're using gray is because gray is no tone to it. If I start off with something with no tones, it's just a solid, good middle tone, I can add whatever tones that I need. If a client says, show me what it looks like on a blue shirt or a red shirt, all I've got to do is to change out my middle stop to whatever color that they need, and then it changes the color of the shirt from there. It at least gives me a good indication of where it could be. Some colors obviously can't get that bright on there, so they'll look more natural than others. Whenever you meet with a t-shirt designer, they'll either show you a chart, or I can pull up, let's do Gildan t-shirts. Gildan's a type of t-shirt. You can pull up images, or you can look on their website and you can get the exact color from there and pull that out. So if I needed that particular blue, I can pull up, get as close as possible to that blue, and place my design onto there. Pretty cool. That's the difficult part. So, but it's really, really easy. I've taken a simple shirt and applied the color to it that I want. The next thing you need to consider is the design that you have. Right now, my design is all vectorized. And most t-shirts, you're paying per color that you have. This one is only 2 colors. I've got red, I've got black. White is the color of the t-shirt that I'm working on. So if I was to copy this, we'll select it, copy it, paste it over into Photoshop. It's going to ask me, how do we want to paste it? Do we want it to be a smart object or pixels? We definitely don't want it to be paths. For the purpose of a mock-up, you can keep it pixels. We don't really need to edit it later, so we'll keep pixels as that. Say OK, and then we'll scale it down to fit what we need. Now, if I hit return, here we have it right here. What's some of the first issues that tend to come up that you see with this?
It doesn't follow the contours of the body.
Okay, that's part of it. Aside from the contours, it's a nitpicking detail I'm going to overlook for this one.
You can't really see it.
You can't really see it. So the black ink on a dark blue black background isn't going to show up very well. So, hey, your client is, we really got to have a dark blue t-shirt. I really got to have this on there. And so, and you're going to say, I want this design on a dark blue t-shirt. You can show them. It's not going to show up. It's not going to look good. So they either need to pick a new color or they need to change up the design somehow. Let's just make it easy. We'll pick a new color. Keep it light. There it is. Whoop, don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Although that green did look good. Let's do a light green. Again, make it lighter, make it darker, whatever. So that we'll say, let's go with our green t-shirt. What's the other issue that I have?
Is it like your background looks like you still have natural background?
What do you mean by
Like for the
natural?
graphic, like I'm seeing white instead.
Exactly, bingo. You're seeing white. The reason why is because when I made this graphic, I included white because white was the background of my vector. But when I copied it over, my t-shirt is no longer white, it's become green. So I need to be able to get rid of the white. Whenever you design t-shirts or design things that incorporate the t-shirt color, when you set up your vector file, try to put a background layer that's the same color as the t-shirt. If you don't know, keep it white. Here's the quick way of getting rid of the white. Guess what I'm going to do to it? Change your blending mode to multiply, and usually that will get rid of the lighter colors. The downside is it's also going to multiply in some of the other colors as well. You can do color burn, light burn. There's one that actually works out. So darker color will get rid of the lighter colors from that. Pretty cool? What was the other way that we've used before? If I wanted to keep it normal, how can I get rid of the light? Do y'all remember? What can I use in layer style?
Option where it says to not do the white. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I remember.
Blend if, exactly, yeah. it's the thing that gets rid of the white, to get rid of, okay, yeah. The blend if. If you open up your layer styles, and all I had to do was double click, it opens up this. We're in the blending options, so I don't have to worry with any of these. The blend if will allow me to get rid of the white of this layer. Hold down option, and when I scale it in, you can see it gets rid of that, and I can see exactly what it looks like. So that's a common thing to do. When you're finished, you'll save it as a JPEG, and that's it. That's what you have to do. Most clients, this is what you can send them just to give them a mock-up feel of what the t-shirt looks like as well. If you do a Google search for blank t-shirts, you can find vector blank t-shirts, you can find people wearing them, you can find them in a variety of different styles. You can actually find some t-shirt companies will give you a blank t-shirt to put a graphic on. Other things to consider are the size of it and the placement of it. Most t-shirt printers tend to print things same size, same position. So if I wanted a full front t-shirt, it would be something that's centered up and looks like this. If I wanted to do a fancy t-shirt and print it like off to the side or something like this would cost a little bit of extra because you have to set up your screen a little bit different. Our next project, when we do the t-shirt design, we'll talk a little bit more about this. But just kind of be aware, keep things centered, not overly large. If I try to make my design really huge, most t-shirt printers can't print that big. They actually have to print it on a separate shirt and sew the shirt together to do something like this. If it was a smaller graphic, like something goes on the left chest, about that size. You can get away with just eyeballing the size of it for now. Also pay attention, this is the front of the t-shirt. Is it going to go on the back of the t-shirt? So you would have to actually set up two separate layers. You can have a front on one layer and a background on another layer and just turn on and off the visibility of both of those. Pretty cool? When you finish up one of your patch designs, one of them needs to be saved on a t-shirt graphic and upload that with your final design as well. Remember, I'm looking for 2 of them, at least 2. If you want to turn in more, totally fine, but I'm only going to grade you on 2 of them, 2 of your best ones. Or if you want to do a variation of one of your designs, those can be counted for that. And a JPEG of your t-shirt design. Cool? Questions?
Does it need to be like on the front pocket right there, or can it be on the back of the t-shirt?
It can be on the back. I'm only giving you a front one, but yes, if you want to use the back one, you can use that as well, yes. If you want to keep it simple for yourself, you can use the white t-shirt or the blank t-shirt that I have and pick the back one, put it on the back, and show me what that looks like. Cool? Good question. Any other questions?
Can we just show you our stuff, I guess, whenever?
You can show, yeah, if you got stuff ready to go, that's what I'm here for. The rest of today is just a work day to finish this up. Okay?